Hey beautiful star lovers, I am back. Day of the full moon in Aries, 6 degrees, cardinal fire. And I think we can all do with a really good smudging. So my signature smudging is coming through the ethers to you all. And I'm burning sacred mapacho and beautiful rose and sandalwood to Lakshmi. On this Friday, sacred to Venus, and we have the full moon later today. 6 degrees, cardinal fire, the Aries energy coming through really strongly, activating the nodes of fate and, of course, the eclipse season. So Mars is in Libra, the ruling planet of Aries, and of course Mercury, the trickster, is out of that really intense retrograde period and will be moving past its post shadow 21 degrees Virgo tomorrow on the 30th of September. Now, with this intensity of the Aries fire, we have a strong theme here in the solar season of Libra around, and you would have seen many astrological posts around this, bringing in the valor and the courage to forge your own pathway with this Aries full moon illuminating tonight. And also we have the Venus square Uranus and Taurus, governed by Venus. So this is about breaking out, breaking free and liberating self first and foremost. Chapters are closing, new beginnings are happening, and it is about looking at the Aries-Libra polarity or axis around how do you feel okay. It's okay to end relationships. It's okay to leave what is no longer serving you in your life, but without it being too much of a rupture or a tear, do it with integrity and grace. Be courageous and brave. Listen to your body intelligence. Your body never lies. The body has an incredible intelligence system. Venus as the morning star is activating the crown chakra this lunar month. And so what we have here is a morning star reflection, the brightest star pre-dawn, and she is showering her light transmissions upon us to look at what are we attaching to egoically? What is it that shows up in our presentation out in the world that maybe no longer serves us? There is a deep, deep calling back home to find that soul calling, that belonging, with the eclipse seasons being strongly activated in October, especially with the lunar eclipse in Taurus later in the month of October. And I'll be sharing more around the eclipse portals. So with this intention of the full moon in Aries, we are really reflecting on the magician, the divinity within, the fire within. And this full moon activation is also squaring Vesta, the priestess, the flame of spiritual consciousness, and she is in Cancer at 3 degrees. We also have Black Moon Lilith at the anaretic karmic degree of Leo with Venus and Juno. Juno is more than just the wife of Zeus. In pre-Hellenic times, she governed the rites of initiation and passages in the seasons of time. This is the season of the priestess in the strong cardinal waters of Cancer. calling us home to our soul essence, the wisdom that we hold within our own bloodline, our ancestral gifts. And this is where the key lies, the key of Chiron, 18 degrees Aries, co-joining the North Node. The key lies in the ancestral tracking back, the ancestral gifts. Even if you do not know your genealogy, it's looking at the ancestral gifts of where your foremothers came from. And when you have that location, it helps you move beyond feelings of disorientation. And I would invite you to look at the lands of where your foremothers came from and the plants and the landscape of that particular area. So you do not necessarily need to know your foremothers' names, but sensing the environment, the seasons, the weather. This is part of the gifting of Juno, or Hera as she's also known. Vesta, the flame of spiritual consciousness in Cancer, is calling us back home and doing soul retrievals on ourselves where there have been astral fragments, soul fragments. And this is about using the flame, the Aries flame of cardinal fire, to call ourselves back, to call back the missing pieces, the fragments, so that we come back home to ourselves in full connection with our own identity, full connection with our own medicine gifts, full connection with who we are beyond titles, beyond affiliations, beyond allegiances and alliances. This is about the clean cut with the Mars energy being activated with full grace, full integrity, full embodiment. This full moon activation in the early degrees is opposite the Sun in Libra, around being in right relationship. Being in right relationship with yourself, first and foremost. This is the Aries I am. And then being in right relationship with your loved ones, with your community and the collective. So I invite you in this full moon in Aries to sit with what is leaving, what is closing down, having energetic clean breaks with the Mars in Libra, with deep integrity and grace, to feel the embodiment of the flame of Vesta. And how do you tend to your own hearth fire? How do you tend to your own individual needs and desires? Venus as the morning star governs desires, and listening, spending some time tuning in to listen to your own body, tending to the landscape, the forests, the oceans, the lakes that are within your own ecosystem. We have worlds within worlds that exist within us. We are the universes and the complexities of all the planetary systems. And we are perfect in the imperfection. So on this full moon in Aries, bringing the grace back to the flame of spiritual consciousness, bringing it back to the flame of desire, and bringing it back home to the flame of self. So I'm back, beautiful people. There will be regular video updates on the dark and the full moon and the eclipse season that's about to activate strongly within us. bring your awareness to responding from a mature, discerning place rather than reactivity, tapping into your own medicine gifts. And I am available for one-on-one sessions. There's an October special. It's all on my website, starwitchastrology.com. So full moon blessings, and sending much love on the ethers, the flame of consciousness, and using our intentions to elevate the evolutionary pathway ahead.